So I'm at the fairgrounds here. Silver 1876 seated $half was pulled up right on here. I pulled up some jewelry around here too. I pulled up a few silvers here. My buddies have pulled up a few silvers here. This is not really a very concentrated spot of silvers. The silver spot is over there, right over there. But I want to talk about discrimination and notching for a minute here. If you're just getting into metal detecting and you say, oh man, I'm getting so much iron, you know, I notched iron out, or I discriminated iron out. Why am I getting so much iron? Because iron reads up great. A large piece of iron like this, or even a washer this small, is going to read up really high. And you want to dig everything out, just to lay it all on the table. You just want to dig everything out. Once you start notching or discriminating out, let's say you have some foil on the surface, right? And then you have a coin underneath that about 3 inches. And you have your foil notched out, which I totally do not recommend notching or discriminating anything out unless you have to. There's a lot of junk in the ground, and usually around treasure there is going to be a lot of trash. Throughout my years and years of detecting, and all the metal detectors that I've ever owned, all of them find iron and they sound just like coins. This is part of the hobby. Once you start discriminating or notching out certain numbers, all those numbers that are near that are all going to be discriminated against too. So if you notch out, let's say, all your foil and maybe your nickels out, because you're getting a lot of pull tabs. If you notch your nickels out, you are passing up a lot of gold rings, I'm telling you. If you have notched before, you know that it clips out. If you have a good target and then you have something that's being notched out right next to that target, it clips out, and that coin or that higher conductor is not going to sound very good because it clips out at the end of the tone there. That's what I'm saying. With the Simplex, those coins are very, very evident. Even if, because I don't notch it or discriminate anything out, I have it running wide open hot, and I know that I've tested this machine a lot. If you discriminate something out, like if you discriminate all your iron, or you discriminate up to, let's say, 20 or so, you're not going to get very many gold rings. I can guarantee you that. And even the pull tabs read up really crappy. And I want those pull tabs to sound good, because I want to get those gold rings that sound just like those pull tabs. Pull tabs can read up from 19, which is a half of a pull tab. Gold rings read up solid 19 too. And pull tabs can read up in the 90s. Believe it or not, I've had many times where just on certain days, all the pull tabs read up in the 90s. At certain sites or maybe certain conditions. There's just so many variables and so many factors that go into extracting the good stuff out of the ground. And to start out with, if you're just beginning in metal detecting, don't notch anything out. You want to learn that detector. If you start notching stuff out, you're not going to know what those good targets sound like, because it's being notched out, right? Once you get your first gold ring, you'll know, and then you'll play with that with your metal detector. You might bury it in the ground, or and see what it sounds like, and they sound good. But you know what? Those rings sound just like pull tabs, just like bottle caps, just like a little piece of iron. It's just, there's no rhyme or reason to it. If you discriminate or notch, you're only gonna have struggles, and you're gonna get a lot less goodies. I can just tell you that right now. And a lot of experts agree with me. If you start notching or discriminating out certain types of metals, you're going to miss lots and lots and lots and lots of jewelry. So that's just a little bit of information about, the discrimination and notching pretty much on all machines. All my machines, I do not discriminate or notch, because I've tested all my machines and I've notched stuff out. Try to get it to that when I first started out in metal detecting, I tried discriminating and notching, and it just makes the detector very, very unstable. The tone's unstable. It doesn't make the detector unstable. It makes the tones really not clear, because you get that clipping out right at the end of your swing. and it's harder to pinpoint. If you sweep back and forth and you go the other way, and you have something that's being notched out or discriminated in that same hole, you're gonna have a really crappy, scratchy signal. And it could be a coin right next to a piece of foil. So don't discriminate, don't notch. This is Paystreak, Superfreak, Prospector Jeremy. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.